Andy Chrisman of For Him has spent 40 plus years in Christian music, and chances are he knows your favorite artist personally. Now he's bringing you their stories.
I'm Andy Chrisman.
In his new podcast, 1 Degree of Andy, he sits down with the voices behind the songs for real, honest, and faith-filled conversations you won't hear anywhere else.
That's a great question.
If you love Christian music, this is your backstage pass.
The 1 Degree of Andy podcast.
Listen now to 1 Degree of Andy wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to another edition of Medicare Moments with the one and only Toni King. Hi, Toni King.
How are you doing, Jim? It's been a while since we've talked. Things have been going kind of crazy, especially with Medicare.
True. But what people don't know, Toni King, is what you do behind the scenes. Because, folks, Toni is always working for ways to get more information out to people to help Americans understand Medicare in down-to-earth terms so they can make the best decision for their Medicare insurance. Right, Toni King?
We make them very simple so people can understand what they need to do. And we've released the Medicare First Step so people know what their first step is. And that's all on my website.
Right,
the TONISAYS.com, because I'm Toni with an I and not a Y, because I'm a girl all day long.
That's true. And what Toni said is very important. When you visit ToniSays.com, you have Medicare First Steps there, right? This is brand new, right, Toni?
It's been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Medicare First Steps, because you have to take your first step. What is your first step? I mean, different people have different first steps.
So it's another way that Toni can help everyone who's listening to the podcast. And that's why we ask that you not only, go to ToniSays.com, but tell your friends and tell them about the podcast too. And all of our podcasts and Toni's articles are at the ToniSays.com website. It's a great website.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So today out of Houston, Texas, we have a question for you, Toni King. It says, "Dear Toni, I need your help. I made a big mistake enrolling in Medicare when I turned 65 in January due to the marketing phone calls I received, calls telling me to enroll in Medicare. Now, my Medicare Part B premium has exploded because of what my income is. My company's HR department advised me to disenroll from Medicare because I'm still employed with employer benefits. Please explain how to disenroll properly. Thanks, Toni." Cynthia from Houston, Texas. So, Toni, Cynthia's a little worried. What can you tell her?
Well, all I can tell Cynthia is that her best thing to do is to go on the socialsecurity.gov website and download what's called CMS-1763. That is the form that you use to disenroll from Medicare. And people need to realize that when you're still working and you have employer benefits, you don't even need to enroll in Medicare. You're just going to be overloaded with all of the emails and phone calls. And all they want to do is confuse you. Totally. They want to confuse you. And you know that. I know that. I mean, I've seen people get themselves totally, completely hurt because they don't realize that they don't need to be paying that Part B premium if they're working full time with true employer benefits after 65, right, Jim?
That's right, Toni, and it's important.
Yes, and people don't realize that your Part B premium is not based off of what the average premium is, which right now is $202, almost $203 a month. It's based off of your income. So if you're making more money, or if your spouse is making more money, and let's say you're still on his insurance and he's making $500,000 a year, they're going to charge you. And you do not need to enroll if you're working full time with True Company Insurance. And that's what we do, the consultations. That's what's in our Medicare First Step. And the form that you need is on the Social Security website. They're not going to tell you what the form is. It's the CMS 1763, which is a form for terminating your Medicare Part A and or Medicare Part B. Some people enroll in Medicare, maybe they have an HSA and they don't need Part A of Medicare because once you enroll, you can't fund your HSA anymore. People don't know that. There's a lot of different rules and all the rules are on my Toni Says website, right?
That's right. TONISAYS.com, ToniSays.com. We're talking about turning 65, still employed, how to disenroll from Medicare Part B. You're listening to one of America's top Medicare podcasts, Medicare Moments, with the one and only Toni King. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this important message. Don't go away.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-710-5100. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, give us a call right now. 800-710-5100. You'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now. 800-710-5100.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Welcome back to Medicare Moments with your host, Toni King, how to disenroll from Medicare Part B. And Toni is talking about the form CMS-1763. And Toni, I'll make sure that that form number is in the description of the podcast so people listening to this can have it there so they won't have to write it down somewhere. It'll be there for them.
Well, I think that will be good because you take the form and then you can mail it to Medicare or you can take it to the Social Security office that's the closest to you and let them know you need to disenroll from Part B or maybe you need to disenroll from Medicare completely. And there's a couple of questions in this article like a working spouse. Does it matter? Yes. It does matter because if your spouse is still working and you're on their company insurance and you're just turning 65 and maybe they're still working, you can delay your Part B for a later date. So send me your questions, personalize it. Medicare is personalized. It's not the same for everybody. My Medicare is not the same as your Medicare, Jim, even though we're both on it.
At Get With Toni, you need to talk about what is best for your particular need. And there are a couple ways to do that. You can email Toni, info@tonisays.com. That's info@tonisays.com. Or call Toni's number, right? 832-519-8664.
And that comes directly to us. Another question that we have in the article is self-employed. Does it matter? You should know, Jim, you were self-employed. Did it matter?
It mattered. It definitely mattered. Yes, it does.
Yes. If a person is self-employed and they are still working, I'm self-employed. I am still working. When I was turning 65, I didn't have employer benefits. I just had an individual health plan. So I needed to enroll in Medicare. Got Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, because I did not have company insurance. I had an individual health plan. I had Christian Medicare, just a little individual health plan. And this has been the best insurance I've ever been on, I'd say since 1990, when all the insurance policies started changing. This has been far superior than what I've ever had. So if you're self-employed and you're still working because you're self-employed, enroll in Medicare Part A and Part B. But what happens if you're turning 65 and you're receiving your Social Security check? What do you think happens, Jim?
Well, if you do, then you're going to automatically be enrolled, correct?
That's right, because the part of the government that enrolls you in Medicare is Social Security.
Right.
And if you're already receiving your Social Security check, they know who you are.
They do.
And they will know that you're turning 65 and poof, automatically you're going to get your Welcome to Medicare kit. All right. So there's different rules on that. And that's in the article that's on the website.
And, but what I want to go back and visit that because we used to be a mail nation, meaning that people went to the mailbox and looked through their mail. And actually, the term for it, Toni, was mailbox moment. People had a mailbox moment on almost a daily basis. We're not doing that anymore. And what you just said is so important for people to know. They may be enrolled, and if they don't go to their mailbox or don't even think about looking through it, they may miss that when the stuff comes in the mail. So a tip from Toni says is to make sure you check your mail on a regular basis in general, but especially around the time when you're 65.
People need to realize that Social Security, the IRS, and Medicare will never email you. They will mail you if they need you to contact them. So if you're getting a lot of junk mail or you're getting a lot of junk emails or texts, they're not coming from Medicare or Social Security. You got to be very, very, very careful with how you answer things. So that's why everything's coming up. This is a spam call. This isn't spam email. You got to be careful.
Speaking of calls, Toni would like to hear from you if you have questions. You can call her at 832-519-8664. 832-519-8664. You can email her info@tonisays.com. That's TONISAYS.com. Toni looks forward to hearing from you. And if you visit her website, which is simply tonisays.com, TONISAYS.com, you can sign up for her newsletter, right, Toni? You can do that. You can see your articles, and you can listen to podcasts, and you can download the Medicare Roadmap workbook, correct?
That's right. And they can also download Medicare First Steps that helps you. So, Jim, I just want to thank you. And if anyone's got any problems, give us a call. Email us. We're here for you.
Are you a senior looking for unbeatable benefits? Join AMAC today and enjoy discounts on insurance, travel, restaurants, and retail. Plus, get 6 issues of our award-winning AMAC magazine packed with trusted news and insights. AMAC stands strong in defending America's future, bringing the voices of over 2 million members to our elected officials. For a limited time, get a 1-year membership for just $1. Don't miss out. Join now at amac.us/join now. That's amac.us/join now.